Check it out. It's Bum Shadows once again, and I'm doing a kind of impromptu live stream. Something went over my head for something to, and I just completely missed it. So I was just like, well, you know what? I'm already ready to go. So let's do one off the cuff, off the fly, impromptu. So I'm sorry if you didn't catch it because I didn't miss it, but it's coming up and it's coming up now. Pretty much, I think on this episode, I picked out two Bumbox unbox, and that is the Leaf Cassidy and Marty Jannetty 2-pack. Because of recent news with Marty Jannetty, I just was like, man, the dude's like hurting. I guess something happened with him and that Hannibal guy. And I don't know the full story, so I won't get into it, but I love Marty Jannetty. And Leaf Cassidy is the, Al Snow. So I'm going to open these up at some point. Before I do that, Black Friday's coming up. I know, the Road Warrior up for pre-order on Zombie. Also, I guess he's going to be releasing a few other things on there. So I'd keep an eye out for that. Maniacs is another company, and they put out, or they showed a picture recently of an Earl Hebner and a Dave Hebner. So, Matt Maniacs is a very interesting company. It's something that if I had more money, that I would buy every single one of them. I think they have a very unique look. I know they're the size of retros, however, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, they don't actually fit exactly, but within their own universe, it's a really cool idea. So, word up to them. I wish them all the luck in the world. If I can hit that scratch ticket or hit that lottery, baby, and all the Matt Maniacs, trust me. So, big ups to that company because they did something different. I mean, they really brought something different to something that's very saturated. So I do respect that. And I'm looking for a big payday, and I'm going to get them all. Hello, Josiah. YURL3. Hey, what's up? Jonathan Cruz. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Hello, I'm Maria. Maria, nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Like I said tonight, we're gonna unbox this. It's the new rockers, not the old ones, not the one with Shawn Michaels, but the one with Marty Jannetty and Leaf Cassidy, who would become Al Snow. Well, actually, Avatar. Actually, wasn't he the Black Ninja? I think he actually dressed up as Black Ninja, then maybe Avatar, then Al Snow. But that's that guy anyway. So, I think I'm going to do this now. So, check it out. We're peeling it off. Oh, this, by the way, is from Grapplers and Gimmicks Hasttel Toys. And I believe these are still available over there. I want to give a bit of a look at the back of the box. You get those kind of Hasbro-style drawings from OG. And you get a few people that are coming out. So we'll open this up. See what we got. So it's snapped up pretty good. Now, I say this in every unboxing. I'm going to give someone all of these backing cards that I've been opening. If they want them. No one has wanted them yet. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just saying, if you... Sorry. If you email bumshadows@yahoo.com and you send me a shipping address, I will ship you all of these. I don't know if you're into it or you're not. I see kind of fools trying to sell them on eBay being a jerk. My style. I said these are either they're gonna go in the recycle center, or they can actually go to somebody that actually likes them and appreciates them. So whoever's first come, first serve basis. I mean, that's how it's going to be. So I got a bunch of these, and I'm ready to mail them out, baby. I don't even need your money. I'm going to send it to you just for tuning in to Bum. That's all. Just, hey, just trying to be this guy. Now, we took the little plasticky poo off of the figures. So we throw that here, and now we got, this is Leaf Cassidy. We'll take a whole look-see at him. Take a little slow spin. Look at those bum cheeks. Nice. Then we do the whole test. Ed moves enough, but he's also got that hair blocking the full movement, which makes sense. It's going to show left arm. This is right arm. Tight. Left arm. It's going to show right arm. Tight. Let's check out that waisty, baby. Oh, it's looking tight. So far, Leaf is tight as a... I don't even know. I don't want to actually say what I was going to say, baby. Now, this is Marty Jannetty, baby. Now, I recently seen online and everything, like on Facebook, that Marty Jannetty's kind of having a battle with the Hannibal guy there. You know, the guy that talks like this. That guy. I love Marty Jannetty. Whatever side Marty Jannetty's on is my side. Now we're going to turn Marty around. Check out those bum cheeks. Now we twist the head. Pretty tight on there. We put up the right arm, baby. Good. Left arm. Good. And waist. So now, let me try to hold these up so you can actually see and not be blurry. Look at these two gentlemen right here. Ready to rock and roll, strut and stroll. You know what I mean? Definitely a more like Mindy's tag team, maybe a more new generation style. However, I think these are really cool. I'll take a look-see. I mean, outfits are on point. Even the wrist things flying off. A little tassel-y poo. Likeness is very good. I mean, it's exactly what back in the day what Al Snow looked like. And then also, Marty Jannetty. I should have brought it as Hasbro, but I didn't. A silly mistake by me. But I think just looking at it, like, the likeness is good for that era of Jannetty. You know, he didn't put in a few years on. He was still very good. He's always been very good. It's a great wrestler. And I hope him the best of luck in whatever he's dealing with right now. So we're rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling. These are grapplers and gimmicks. You go to Hasttel Toy. I believe they're available. And considering the Hasttel Toy price, relatively affordable, I believe it's $70. So that breaks $35 a piece. And we got Leaf Cassidy, Marty Jannetty. And there those are. I'll put those aside for a second. Take a sip of the Bang. Okay, feeling a little better. So, let me go these. I'm going to write something in Spanish. I can't speak Spanish, but I appreciate you coming by. Nothing wrong with that. I just can't speak it. Have a great day. Thank you. I appreciate that. Josiah, YURL13. Thank you. Another Spanish message, and again, if I could translate on here in the conversation, then I would. What's up, home dog? Sister Shadow's Destiny is there. He only speaks English. Yeah. I'm not that talented. I can only barely speak one language. As you can see, I barely speak one language. I don't like that they use the same pose. Yeah, that's a little disappointing, actually, now that you bring it up. Although, well, they changed it on the left arm, basically. Like, it looks like Leaf Cassidy has that Mr. Perfect deal going on. Where Janetti's are, his other arm is straightforward. These, from like, if you minus the arms and the head, it's the same mold. So take away the left arm, take away the, it's all the same. So Waddy pointed out a good point. Because it's like 80% just copied. That's my guesstimation. I don't know the actual percentage. I'll lab and figure that out. Teacup Arms, they need to switch up those tag teams. Yeah, it would it'd be a lot better. I mean, like, tag teams are tag teams. I know typical matching outfits, typical whatever, but like, why are they have to be the same? I mean, like I agree, like you could have switched up something. It's a little too spot on, like similar. I mean, the arms are very slightly different. So yeah, no, I definitely agree. And this is all different. So even just switching up, I don't even know, just different pose. No, he's right, different pose. I can see that. I do like their skins, though. I do like their faces on it. They look pretty good as opposed to, you know. So those are those two. Country Boy 31479 just says, "What? What?" So that's, hey, I don't know. What? Let me know and then I'll, So anyway, like I was talking before, Black Friday's coming up. I'm afraid for my pocketbook. Seems going to be an expensive Black Friday, but I just gotta keep my wherewithal and just, make the wise purchases or make the right pre-orders or the right time at the right place. Like, not get too antsy, not like jump on the first opportunity, because often if you wait a little bit, you can find ice. For Zombies release of Road Warriors, I'm crawling on fingy poos that J&J is gonna get it, because I know a discount code there, and plus if you spend 75, you get free shipping. So I'm hoping for that. I don't know how much she's gonna list them on a site, but I think when you break it down number by number, it breaks down that you spent less money on the J&J site. I'm just saying. I'm trying to make people not go to his site, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to save some money, baby. Hey. Look at the Brain Busters. Same thing. Oh, the Brain Busters. Ugh. Tale of Two Shitties, as they called it. I wish they were still. I had them here at one point. That sucks. I wish. Oh, whoa. Okay. Brain Busters. All right, let me cover this. Who is this? Did you answer, Bulldog? Did you answer maybe a young pudgy Shannon? Perhaps. But did you guess Tully Blanchard? Because that's what this is! So, yes, this drives me nuts. Where the frig is Arn? Come on, Arn, where are you, buddy? Arnie Poo. Arn's missing. He's probably having a beer out of his... Oh, there we go. I thought he was hitting the cooler. Oh, yeah. You're right. They only switched the arm. So there you go. I read this figure's great. The Arnie Anderson I love. And then there's this figure that I loathe. because it sucks. And it's not Tully Blanchard, my goodness. Like, come on. I'm sorry, that's not Tully Blanchard, that's an imposter. You know, that hair's way too dark. You didn't have jet black hair. You know, what is he, Vinnie Mac? Arn, on the other hand, good figure, great figure. And I even don't care that this is unrealistic with that amount of hair on his head. I just think it was a nod to his confidence to not make him feel bad about the huge bald spot on his head. So I respect that. Captain Morgan. Not for a while. I haven't had that for a while. I did have an issue with that probably. At this point, like 10 years ago plus. Yeah, if you said Captain Morgan, I probably would have put a bottle and just shown you, but not so much now. I know the eye patch, the hair, whatever. But as far as Captain Morgan, the brand, I put that down a long time ago, and I'm better for it. I think they even know the same. I think they even knew the same thing with Strike Force, if I'm not mistaken. Edit, do the same. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I see those, and they look, again, similar, almost like it's like the formula. Like, if you change the left arm, it will look different. However, it's really not, like, that much different, like, to really make a big deal about it. Meaning they could have did more, is what I said that wrong. But, like, they could have kept arm. I think Waddy calls it the cup arm, and that makes perfect sense. But then they with Tully. I can't even I call him Terry because he doesn't look like him. And they come with like a similar arm, and the exact right arm, the exact body, exact legs, slightly boots, actually, exactly. Booties. And then, you know, just kind of switch the paint, put a double A, put a TB on their undies. So I can see what you're saying, Waddy, for sure. It seems like pretty lazy. Not gonna lie. I do like Hasttel a lot, but yeah, they do tend to cut curious corners. You know what I mean? Like accessories not fitting, hats, microphones in hand, and then using kind of pretty much, like I said, I'd guess 80% of the same body for a tag. I mean, tag teams are meant to work together, but they're also individuals that come together. So I think they should have some individuality, and I completely agree with Waddy on that for sure. So yeah, those are those. Where if you just jumped in, Bumbox the New Rockers, Leaf Cassidy, Marty Jannetty. They became a team. I don't know, maybe 95-ish or so. So that's Jannetty. That's Leaf Cassidy. There are their bums. And then we're talking about how the stances or the poses were similar with Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. Same physique, which makes absolutely 0% sense. Tully Blanchard was considerably smaller than Arn Anderson, and it's not a dig at him. That's just life. He was a great wrestler, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't this big. You know. I don't know if he hit that buffet table too many times, but, you know, Arn, this works. Because, by God, I have a beer. You know? But, like, Tully Blanchard, this huge? I don't know. I mean, they switched the hands, though. Tully has that pointing hand, like, hey, you. Can you give me another order of double cheeseburgers and cheese fries? Look at me. I'm getting bigger every day. So that's why he's pointing. He's like, you, get me that food over there. I'm going to fill up and be fully Blanchard. So that's what he's doing. So yeah, I just kind of want to come on here. You know, I was kind of ready. I just something flew over my head that I didn't get. It was on me. Um, so I just come on here anyway because I thought, well, why not? You know, I already had the eye patch on. Once the eye patch and the gloves go on, it's kind of I gotta go on. You know, because that's when Bum Shadows created. He goes from a normal everyday Dwayne. Yes, that's my name. Into Bum Shadows. Once the gloves and the eye patch go on, I have to go on. Just how it goes. So I put my gloves and my eye patch on. Here we are. Oh, what? Now that is hilarious. Yeah, Tully, fully Blanchard. He's full, but he wants more. It's just crazy, man. In all seriousness, like, how the hell are you going to give Tully Blanchard this body? I'm sure there's other torsos. I'd rather have a flesh color without the singlet, and you just see the lines and everything, like a friggin' Martinetti body, than this. You know what I mean? Like one of those cheap, like kind of Jack's bone cruncher maneuvers. I'm trying to see where if grapplers and gimmicks. I know they're more around, but I'm sure there's a better torso. There has to be. So I don't get why he was full sale on just, I have to get this torso twice. Because how else will they be a tag team if they're not big and fat? Like, I'm not saying Arn Anderson's big and fat, but this just fits. This just fits. Like, it's so crazy how much I love this figure and how I can't stand this figure. And they came in the same 2-pack. Unbelievable. So, pretty much, I'll probably wrap this up in a few minutes. I just kind of want to get on here. I figured I wanted to unbox these rockers because I'm trying to start up my bed again. So I have some ideas. So I was like, well, I need these dudes. I might as well just do it on live instead of get it all alone, which is fine. I've had special opening figures alone. We can get into details maybe another time, but yeah, I get it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put this special one right on live, baby. So you can see these new rockers in all the glory. See them all the glory. I'm just a nice guy like that. I wanted to just show you. That's all. That's all. I was trying to show you wrestling figures. And then I think on the last one, I'll just kind of review and then I'll probably bounce off in like 5 minutes. This was from the 4-pack. This was Harley Race, in case you missed, I think the most live stream from me. The cape's really nice. It's a nice touch. Crown stuck on, but that's cool. And what Mattel does is cool. They have kind of the old school action. So there's that. You got my man Virgil. There's another stack of money, but I just put it in his hand right now. I mean, a welcome addition to any Biasi, green or black. Can't go wrong with this one. Green suit, black suit. Virgil will go with it. He's the bodyguard. He protects the money, and then he takes the money out of people's mouths when DiBiase sticks him. So they put in Virgil finally in this outfit, which I thought was always needed. Ultimate Warrior. A little controversial. Now, as you gave the face, yes, very cartoony. However, it's actually, I like this figure. I know it looks in the face like very, goofy, I guess, but I just don't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just like this figure. Maybe I just because I'm a Warrior fan and a Warrior apologist, I guess, in that way because I was such a fan. He's my second favorite wrestler of all time, next to the Macho Man. So there's Warrior. He came with the Intercontinental title, but I already put it in store, baby. Who's the last one of that effing set? And get Harley Race. Oh, Bobby Heenan. Bobby? Sometimes I can't find things because I hide them on myself. But I had them over here, but you're just going to have to take my word for it. The Bobby Heenan's pretty cool. We'll just have Brother Love stand in for him. Yeah, Bobby Heenan's cool. Oh, wait, this. Okay. So, yeah. Underprepared. That's usually a trend with me. Last minute, always late. Another trend that I like to support. That's how I am. I don't mean it, but, it takes me time. I'm not someone that, no pun intended, rushes. But I take my time. And some people that's unnerving. Some people that's welcome. Some people I don't care. The last wrestling figures I have were the Mountie and the Big Boss Man. Had Bret Hart, but my cousin broke one of his arms off. To this day, I haven't forgiven him yet. Kyle Conkin? Kyle? Hell yeah, man. I'd be mad too. That Bret Hart figure's awesome. I love that figure, actually. And I think they're brought up before, so I'm not the first one to bring it up, but it is true. It's like a better face scan than like Mattel's had in recent years. Now, I haven't seen any of the Hart scans in Mattel, granted, but I know I collected Elites and Ultimates too, like 2 years ago. So whatever scans were up to 2 years ago, the Hasbro scan was better. It was. I mean, that's how it is. Hey, what's up, Flydale? My favorite is the Harley race. Yeah, it's a sweet one. And the fact that it's kind of cool too that like, what's it called? Title Run Toys he's gonna do a helicopter. Not the one between the legs, but we'll see. If I can take these purple tights down, I'll try it. But what's it called? It's cool that TRT or Toys has like the more traditional Harley race with the mutton chops or the Triple H, the copy beard. You know what I mean? So I personally, I think I've said it before, but I pre-ordered the Bloody Edition and I'm waiting on the other one, so we'll see how that goes. But yes, Harley Race, the man, the myth, the legend. Anyone that listens to any type of wrestling podcast by anybody will know that this guy is regarded as one of the toughest men, not in like a kayfabe sense, in a shoot sense. Harley Race is one of the most feared men in wrestling. One of the strongest men. I've heard he put down Vader just putting his fingers, like between his fingers, like you're locking up with hands. And he put him to the ground, and like Vader was like a beast, you know. And that's when Harley was in his advanced years, because that's when he was like the manager in the 90s. So imagine in his prime. Tough man. Good man. I like him. I like he had tattoos before I really saw tattoos, especially on wrestlers. Just got my 3-pack TRC Diamond Studs. USPS out late, delivering in the rain tonight. Yeah, how are those? I haven't gotten any of the Top Rope collectibles. I do love Galoob and everything. It was just sort of like, I mean, maybe I'm cheap or maybe I just don't have the money, but I just couldn't figure out how to get that. Like, the Diamond Stud is very tempting. I already have PN News in a retro form from KWK. It was easier for me to pass it up, but there is no other Diamond Stud out there in a red form. Very tempting. And I think they, from what I've seen, they do a great job. And I have a special, spot in my heart for the Galoobs too. I mean, I mixed them with the Hasbros. I did the same thing. So yeah, awesome for them. I'm definitely interested in what their products like. How close it is to Galoob? Is it just like how right on the material? That'd be cool to hear and figure out. Want the brother love, don't want the ring. Them creations bundles with it. Yeah, I know what they're doing. Luckily, with my case, because Fig Fed, there is a use for the ring. Otherwise, I'm in the same. I'd be like pissed because, like, why do I have to get this effing ring to get a brother love figure? Can't I just buy a brother love figure? Do flips and backflips and everything for it. You have to purchase the ring. Like, hold us hostage to purchase the ring. I should have had his book and his mic out, but he does come with the Book of Love, the white microphone, the red face they all know and love. Bruce Pritchard, I mean, as far as actually speaking of wrestling podcasts, Bruce Pritchard, I mean, my buddy Chris Dreyer, he comes on sometimes. He introduced me to the Bruce Pritchard podcast with Conrad and everything, and like I swear I listened to every episode up into like the 200s maybe. Every night I just put it on, like it would be something like I just lie down sleep to. So maybe it says more about me than the podcast, but I thought it was very entertaining, and I love the soul. And here's a guy that was like literally behind the scenes and the creative and even a character brother loves. So much respect to Bruce Pritchard. I love the guy. I thank him for his podcast because it's really awesome. A lot of the first times I've heard certain stories that have been repeated, but they initially came from Brother Love from Bruce Pritchard. Want the brother? Okay. Kyle said, "What guy's figure would you buy the least?" I guess it's sort of a little easy for me. So because I organically make like a cup, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to, right? I would, you know what? If I could, I'd buy everything. I'm telling you, and anyone that knows me knows that that's the case. I would buy every single thing, and I'd have everything, including He-Man. Start a He-Man collection, but right now I'm not in that position. Hey, someday, some way, but right now I'm not. So I don't know. Even what did I buy the least? So I have to say, like, no diss to them, no insult. It would be any current day wrestlers because I just collect the legend people. I'm an old man. I'm 44. So anyone younger than me, I don't consider legend. It's a weird way of looking at things. Maybe I'm too like into myself, and hey, guilty as charged. But it's the truth. I don't collect anybody younger than me. I just don't. And if I do, they're just crowd people. Because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird issue with me, but I just don't. I don't know. Actually, I knew I had to come up with some like cutoff point, you know. So I had to make cut offs actually, and then with the Fig Fed, the Dean Ambroses, the Seth Rollins is from Mattel, the whatever. I even got Colt Cabana from FC Toys. I got Chelsea Green from FC Toys. I got Zack Ryder. I got Brian Myers from Zombie. I even got his dad, Bob Cardone, grapplers and gimmicks. I got Vlad the Fan. I get the whole crowd, which is sickening. But I won't. But I just did about half of it, so. Are there newer versions of the old ones? Oh, Miss Bunny, you came back. Yay. Hey, Miss Bunny. Yes, that's what, I was actually going to show you something different. That's what this would be an example of. Like, there are newer versions, and I know I got an original I got to have an original Hasttel. Oh, here we go. Takey poo. So you get the OG Hasbro. And we all love Undertaker. Look at him. Rest in peace. Something like that. And then we get double A. So these are like, this obviously is the recreation to be this. Okay, some companies take it a different way. Like here's a KWK versus this. And some will say it's not exactly the same, but it's in the same ballpark, where they'll say Hasttel is closer to it. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying. Here's an example of a TRT. Title Run Toys. So you see a little different, not exact in the face, but scale-wise, you know, if you got a playable Fig Fed, you're playing. What else could I compare it to? I did Title Run Toys. Alright, I'll even show you against Rush, and I'm not on a diss track. I already said my piece. But I'm just showing you the difference. Hasbro's way better. We all know that. Mattel. Mattel I like because they get close, because they have like actions like, you know, the OGs did. Like Verge is, he's mad. He's bumping his arms down. But you know what I mean? And where, you know, take the clothesline. Mattel kept the actions with them. And I know from the independent companies are too costly. But for Mattel, it's within their budget and they do well. And I like that aspect of these, which makes them more appealing than they would be if they were without the motion. Trying to see what else I got here. But I think that's Andy. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's Epic Toys. It's a Naked Berry window. He doesn't have the vest. So you see, yes, they're like inspired by this. And they'll become this for variations, how each company does it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the question, Miss Bunny. I had a zombie sailor. I'd show you a real like contrast. But for some reason, I can't find that Mike Awesome figure. Oh, here's the Intercontinental Belt right there, baby. Upside down like I'm Great Khali. Yeah! That's right, baby! There it is. Oh, crap. 39 minutes. Okay, let me see what I get here. Thank you, Miss Bunny. Yeah, TRT has the 2-pack race on pre-order. Bought them both. Hell yeah. Yeah, newer retros from Mattel. Originals were Hasbro. Yes. Kyle, I like how he used to manage Vader till he went to WWE. Alright, I don't mean to be Mr. Correcto, but it was kind of the opposite. King Harley Race came into WWE, I want to believe, 87, 88. Lasted a little bit. He got a laceration from being put through a table in his stomach that was pretty bad. That actually made him retire. Then he would go on to WCW to manage Vader. So it was a little after that. You're pretty close, but it was like a few years where he retired to WCW to manage Vader. But you're right. He was a great manager for Vader. They made quite the duo. And they were great. Galoobs were first figures I bought with my own money as a kid, so they hold a soft spot in my heart. Yeah, man, I mean, you know what I remember about Galoobs is I went to my my local, what was it called at the time? Oh, man, it shows my age. Zare. There was a store called Effin' Zare, and I went there, and they were, like, on sale for, like, half price of what a Hasbro was. So it was probably, like, $2, $2.50, whatever, and, like, I got Barry Windham. I love that figure. I got the double A Arn Anderson, which, as much as I like this retro, keep forgetting to bring it out, but the Galoob Arn Anderson, bald spot or not, is actually my favorite Galoob. And the reason is the playability on it, because he could hit the spine buster, he could hit the DDT. I was all about getting those moves in, you know. So, you say the Arn Anderson's my favorite Galoob. Hey, okay. That's for Fly. Brother Love walking out with Taker at Survivor Series. Iconic. Hell yeah, Miss Bunny. I mean, talk about the beginning of like an era. I mean, jeez. Undertaker lasted forever, and he's still like, you know, if you put him in an arena today, people are gonna quote a pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the longevity of the Undertaker, the longevity of that character. Actually, oh wow, I can make your dreams, Miss Bunny, come true. Because look at this. Although in his debut he wore black gloves, no attention gift with me. Birthdays and Christmas presents. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, birthdays and Christmas presents. Every once in a while, I would especially good, and mom or dad will buy me one. Fly the hell yeah. I had to do the same thing. It was like doing chores or whatever, you know, or which was rare, if I got a good grade in school and I wasn't causing trouble, which I did a lot of. When the rare occurrences would come, I get a figure. I got the series with Ricky Steamboat. Oh, where's Undertaker? Damn it. This is your cue, Takes. Oh, there he is. I got this Steamboat, Undertaker, Bulldog, and drawing a blank. Someone help me here. Let me look. I'm gonna answer that. I'm drawing a blank on the fourth one. It's aggravating. I'm sure I did collect Hasbro items, but I'm drawing a blank. Name any other famous Hasbro toys of the 80s or early 90s. Yeah. Yep. No, definitely. Holy Grail or wrestling figures, still Kamala with the different icon on the belly. Miss Bunny knows her stuff. Or their stuff. Yeah, I believe that's still a collectible figure. I mean, it always was. I know there's like a rash of like fakes and like, you know, scams on it. So there was kind of a question of how it originally came out of the factory. I never saw it in my house. Actually, as a matter of fact, I only saw Kamala once, and I was sweet enough to pick it up, baby. And yeah, he had that goofy star on his belly. So I've never seen one in person. I wonder if Waddy has that. He probably does. Hi, Misty. Misty Martin, nice to see you. What happened to my eye? No, again, it's a question that comes up pretty much in every time when somebody's presented you with an eye patch. You're probably going to be curious. So I tried to do a quick version. I got juvenile diabetes at 5 years old. I took care of it, I'd say, with the help of my parents until my teens. Then in my teens, I started, you know, going off, like, just doing what I wanted to do. I started drinking a little bit. I started eating sweets and everything. Took a break from that, and then in my 20s, I turned 21. Started drinking a bunch. Developed alcoholic by 25. And when I say alcoholic, morning, as soon as I woke up, at a conscious moment, I was drunk. And then by the time I turned 30, I got diabetic retinopathy, I can say it this time. And pretty much it detached my retina. I actually had two of them. This one had several surgeries, and I'm Really blessed to even see, because, you know, I'd be just sitting here in the dark and maybe still talking about figures, but who knows? You know, so thankfully I don't have to think about that because I had a talented, very talented eye surgeon in Rosalind Stevens, and I always want to shout out her name, and I am forever grateful to her. Yep, Miss Bunny, thank you. My friend has those and Transformers on his shelf. He said his rarest trimmer is the Stunticons. His rarest wrestler is the figure for both Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman from ECW. Those are cool figures. Those ECW set really brings me back. When those came out, it was like, this is really cool. And although I was definitely too old to have a fig fit, I did. I'm not going to lie. So they mixed good with like Toy Biz, like the WCW guys. So I had a variation with them. And then I did the Bone Crunchers. I was all over the place. I was putting everyone with my fig feds. Even way back before you even knew me. Like in the 90s, I was fig fedding, you know. I was fig fedding when you were a grasshopper. Okay. Thank you, Misty. I feel bad. You don't have to. I did it to myself. I've said it before. I won't dwell on it again. You know, I don't want to like rehash things. Pretty much, I put the alcohol down my throat. I'm the one that drank every time. I'm the one that decided not to test my blood sugar. I'm the one that didn't keep up with my insulin curve. So I'm the one that lost the eye. And, you know, not in like, well, it's me way. I deserve it because that's what I did. So I'm actually lucky I didn't lose a leg or a foot or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky it was just an eye because it could have easily been my entire leg, could have been my foot. Once you lose a foot, you're not walking too good. So I'm blessed to walk. I lost my original ticker, was gutted. Aw. You know what? If I come across another one, because sadly that's my only one, I'll give it to you, Miss Bunny. Horse collectibles, more like took me a minute to read that. I was like, okay. Had to squint. How are you doing, Misty? Says Kyle. I hope that conversation is going well. Undertaker is my mom's favorite wrestler. She also likes Jake the Snake. Well, damn it, Kyle, your mom has great taste. I love those two guys, too. Finally, my zombie Sailor Sullivan with Snake Ship, along with the zombie white and blue macho. Oh, yeah, I ended up picking that up, too. I was pretty critical of the white and blue, but I ended up being able to get it for a decent price. So I put it home. I'm waiting to do like a live stream or video even of matching up zombie macho with a Hasttel USA macho. Kind of putting them side by side. So I got the FC Toys ones coming. I ordered both of those too. So I could make a macho megasode. That would be pretty cool. I only have a megasode ready for Ric Flair. I've been saving that up for a while. I got a lot of Ric Flair figures to unbox. Figures used to be a good earner for the wrestlers. Watched Maven talk about it on his channel. It's the reason Jeff Hardy changed the outfit so often, so they would bring new figures out. Yes, exactly. Yep. Yeah, and a smart move too. I mean, I'm trying to think before that, you know, there was Warrior. He was always switching his outfits. Macho Man, my favorite, always switching his outfits. And then it's interesting, Hogan stuck with the red and yellow. And I don't blame him, but it is interesting when you see that the other guys are constantly switching their outfits. I mean, I guess in red is like, I know earlier in his career, he would like mix it up. He'd wear like white tights and white boots. I saw one time he had like yellow trunks and purple knee pads, and yellow trunks and blue knee pads. Because I've thought of all these things, like what figures are they going to make and what like reaches are they going to do where it's really a deep cut. And I'm like, I'm surprised they haven't put out a Hogan with yellow and trunks, purple knee pads. And he was either wearing that or the blue one against Hercules on Saturday night's main event. Why do should I know some? I should know other things, but I don't. I filled my brain with wrestling. Kevin Sullivan has one of the few I was actually happy with. Probably not the arms, but I like the accessory. Yeah, I didn't mind the Sullivan. I know, like, he's on the smaller side for a wrestler, but honestly, I think he was like my height. Like, he was like 5'9". So, yeah, compared to a wrestler, look short because wrestlers, in that day at least, were at least usually 6 above. You had your Shawn Michaels, who I guess they kind of tried to lie, give him an extra inch or two of height. But more or less, like, people were like 6 feet and above. Not my department, so I could have been a cool manager. I always wanted to be an announcer. I love announcing. I love doing that on my channel. Harley Race and Jim Cornette at one time or another managed Vader. Oh, man, I love Jim Cornette. That's, again, I've said, that's the retro, actually, I want the most. I don't know if it's possible. I know he's locked in. He's loyal to Figures Toy Company, so it is what it is. I wish he'd break free one day and we could have a retro Hasbro-style Jim Cornette. Unbelievable that would be. I have to go now, but before I do, I want to wish you all a great night. Hey, Kyle. You have a great night. You understand me? I'm telling you have a great night. No, thank you, bro. Thank you for coming by. Come by whenever you want. You know, I do live streams. I'm going to schedule ones Tuesday 7, Friday at 7. I don't know where I'll go from there, but we'll see. Was such an interesting person and character. Got the gorilla position named after him. I need to get the new book about him sometimes. Gorilla Monsoon. That, oh. If that was a retro. Because I'm working on a really good impression of him. Just kind of waiting. So, yeah, Gorilla Monsoon. I know there's a Jesse Ventura that Mattel's putting out. I'm pretty pumped about that. I really got to work on that impression. The Minnesota impressions are hard for me to do. They're actually the hardest region for me to do for some reason. Bob. I don't know who Bob is. Oh, wait, hold on. Kyle said something. I remember when one company got in trouble for making the Marvel and DC Comics characters figures. They're lucky they weren't sued. Yeah, that will get you sued, definitely. And if not back then, today, you try crap, you'll be sued pretty quickly. So I agree. I think Hogan was this is Fly the L. I think Hogan has so much merch, he didn't really just figure money. Maybe keeping the consistent colors helped sell all the merch. Yeah. I can see how that would be. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said, unless, you know, the Hulk Rule shirt's like iconic. And I mean, you can only, and they did it. You could so much red and yellow and then like invert the colors. Yellow and red, you know what I mean? So, I get it. And for him, though, I have to say, like, was it really going to matter? Because back in the Fig days, there were 4 Hulk Hogans in Hasbro, and I own them all. Because he's Hulk Hogan. It's simple as that. He was Hulk Hogan, so I had to have all 4 figures, you know what I mean? So when it came out that number 4 without the shirt, I was so pumped, even though, like, the physique garbage. It was just, like, cool that he didn't have the Hulk Rules shirt, like all the other figures. The bear hug on. Oh, man. That holds a place in my heart now. And then we wrap it up with Wilt. Can I borrow $3? Sorry, bro. But no. And on that note, I'm going to say good night. Thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Thanks for all the likes. And in case you didn't know, like I always say, Keep bumming!